debris floating in that water. All that debris, if you are caught in that water, I don't care how strong a swimmer you are, that debris is literally hitting you while you're in that water, pummeling you into, to unconsciousness and then into death. And of course, all that stuff floating is the debris destroyed by the tsunami. See, the tsunami's not pulling back yet. It's still flowing. It's still flowing in. It's not like waves we see at the beach. Our experience does not prepare us for the way tsunami enter and cross the land.
And that water is really rushing in at this point. We're looking at this from a very high vantage point, but that water is really rushing in.
Yes, it is. In the United States, the city that's been hit the most often and hardest is Hilo, Hawaii. And one of the stunning photographs of those, you can see things like even going up the slope through downtown Hilo, you see parking meters bent over in the uphill direction. Same concept. It doesn't stop at the shoreline. If you can keep pushing on uphill, upslope, and push kilometers, even miles into a city, depending on how steep the topography is.
We don't, at this point, know the damage or any idea of casualties. That has not come out of Japan at all yet. But as you have said, the majority of that, the most dangerous part of this for casualties and damage, is the tsunami, which we are also watching. There were also fires right away, and we have video of that right in the area. And you have been looking at the movement of this earthquake, and as we go to the video of the fires at the scene, what do we know about the vertical versus the horizontal, and what that means for the damage this may inflict?
Now, this is one of the sites on Earth where we have subduction, where a big, thick tectonic plate, tens of miles thick, is pulled back down into the Earth's interior. And when that pulls in and moves, it releases such a tremendous amount of energy. We still see that tsunami. Look at that. That tsunami is still advancing inland. This many minutes later, it's still moving in over new ground. Now, when you talk about the fires, that's probably from the earthquake damage itself. 8.9 earthquake, I don't care how well you build buildings, and at 8.9, you're going to have some classic tragic failures. And of course, when buildings collapse, that means gas lines rupture, fire ignites. That's probably from the earthquake directly. And then you don't even get to fight the fires and work the earthquake directly because there's the tsunami coming.
All right, so here's a recap of what's going on. Just about an hour ago, there was an 8.9 earthquake in Japan. Of course, what do earthquakes do? They actually trigger some really crazy tsunamis. Right now, there is a whole Pacific tsunami watch, and right now, as you saw, it's actually is a big tsunami hitting Sendai, Japan. It's actually pretty scary because they say it's going to go all the way to Hawaii, not just Japan's, and it's also going to probably hit here in San Diego, Southern California, and probably Northern Mexico, like Rosarito, Ensenada. So it's actually pretty crazy. It's kind of scary. Oh, check this out. Check this out.
And Hawaii will have this event occur without any real damage. It's going to depend a lot on the warnings will be broadcast, and it will depend on how well people listen to and take them seriously.
Dr. Abbott, right now we have just heard that there was a 7.1 aftershock from this quake, right?
7.1 aftershock.
And not only the effect of the earthquake at a 7.1 aftershock, but another tsunami.
Well, the 7.1 aftershock is going to be particularly potent for buildings that may have survived the 8.9 but had some fracturing. The 7.1, last Easter, our big earthquake was a 7.2, so this is almost that size. That's just an aftershock.
All right, so what they're talking about is last Easter here in Southern California, we had a 7.2 earthquake, which also triggered mini tsunami warnings, which eventually didn't happen, but it was pretty crazy. It was right there on Easter Day. Let's see what else they have to say.
They can do tremendous amounts of...
An agency has issued it. The earthquake itself, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. You've been all over the world. You've experienced different places. And the engineering behind this. The engineering you were talking about earlier in Japan. And how they're...
I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty crazy because earlier today I was actually talking with my girlfriend, and we were actually talking about actually buying a house right on the beach, a beach house. And I told her the only reason I wouldn't get one is because of the possibilities of being in a tsunami. Yeah, so I told her that the only way I would buy a beach house is if it had a bunker with like airtight seal so water won't go in, but it would have to have like I don't know, about 10 days worth of oxygen, if that technology even exists. That's the only way we'd be able to survive a tsunami. And this right here, coincidentally, proves my point. It's crazy. I mean, this is a reason why a beach house is not very good. That's nuts. I really hope that all the people over there in Japan are okay. I really hope that nobody is killed or hurt, because there's still no reports on that. So my prayers are with you guys in Japan. And as for me, I am going to keep watching the news, and I'm going to prepare. Actually, my brothers right now, they actually live in Hawaii, my two younger brothers. So I'm actually more scared for them right now, because Japan, it's closest to Japan. Hawaii, there's a major tsunami warning in Hawaii. I don't know if you remember, a few months back last year, there was actually a tsunami warning in Hawaii because of another earthquake that happened. So right now I am going to go ahead and see if they're okay. Hold on just a second. Alright, let's see. His name is Gustavo, by the way. He's in the Air Force. Let's see.
Hello?
Gustavo, are you watching the news?
No, why?
No, you're not watching the news. There's already the tsunami. The tsunami already hit Japan, dude.
Oh, tsunami actually hit Japan?
Fuck yeah, there's like video on it, like all over the place, dude. They're like streaming it live right now, and they said that that Hawaii is definitely gonna get hit by a tsunami.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, are you in a high? Are you in a high level?
I live in the high rise, in the 10th floor.
You live in the high rise?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about Lalo? Did you call Lalo?
Yeah, Lalo's here.
Okay, so you're both good then, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Start watching the news, dude. Start watching the news.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Cool. All right, dude. Well, hey, I'll talk to you later, all right?
Thanks. Be
Alrighty.
safe, nigga.
All right, dude. Be safe. All right.
Alright, thanks.
Super scary. All right, you guys. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep you updated if San Diego, if the tsunami doesn't reach all the way over here in San Diego. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared.